Today I'm going to be presenting a mini lesson addressing this Common Core standard. Let's begin. Angel, Bumju, Farida, Sharika, great to see you guys again. Angel, I heard that you made it into the citywide spelling bee. And Bumju, I think your piano recital is this weekend, right? And Farida, I heard that your artwork was included in the community gallery at the local library. And Sharika, you made it into the regional Junior Olympic Championships. Well, I am certainly surrounded by a multi-talented group of young people. We're going to be adding to your talents today. You're going to learn to use math that you already know in a fun, real-world way. Specifically, you're going to learn how to use mental math using decimals and percentages to calculate tips at the restaurant. So imagine the scenario. It's the end of the semester. You've received a great report card. All of your families are getting together to go out to dinner to celebrate. And you ring up a $500 bill. You're going to be the one to be able to calculate using mental math what the tip should be on that $500 restaurant bill. So how does this work? How do we use decimals and percentages and mental math to calculate restaurant tips? The anchor is to start with 10%. Our restaurant bill's $500, so what would 10% of $500 be? And can we do this just using mental math? You've already learned to turn that into a math equation, 10% times 500. And to do that, you need to turn the percentage into a decimal. 10% is 0.1. 0.1 times 500 is how much? We can do this using mental math because 1 times 500 is just 500. And since it's a decimal of 0.1, we need to move the decimal place one place over, right? So 500 becomes 50. 10% of 500 is $50. Voila! There's our cornerstone. 10% of the total gives us a start to calculate the tip. But is 10% a good tip amount if you're in the restaurant? Or what if you're getting online food delivered at home? What percentage tip would you give? What do you guys think? Let's go to the Jamboard. Tell me what you think. Okay, I see your answers here. Food delivery, 5% up to 12%, maybe more. Restaurant service, 15, 20, maybe even higher than that. Okay, those numbers sound good. Let's use what you know now, working from that 10% mental math calculation. What if we wanted to give a 15% tip? Well, I think we can easily get 5%, right? If we know 10% is 50, 5% is just half of that, you're right. 5% would just be $25. And now that we've got 10% and 5%, can we get 50% easily enough? I want to check your work. So go to the Google form now, click the link in your chat box, and just do the first answer here. 15% of 500 is how much? Let me check your answers. Yep, you guys are getting it. We just add those together, right? If 10% is 50, 5% is 25, 15% we add them together is 75. Okay, let's do one more. Got 10% of 500 is 50, 20% of 500. Whoops, show me your answers here. Go to the form. 20% of 500. Yeah, I see your answers coming in. 20%, we just double it. 10% is 50, 20% must be 100. You can see now, by doing mental math to calculate 10% of the restaurant food total, once we get that 10%, we can easily get 5%, we can easily get 15, 20, I bet you could even do 25% tip in your head easily enough. Okay, let's practice at having some fun. You're going to partner up with each other, take turns being a restaurant customer and a restaurant wait person. Customer gets to order whatever they want off of this Olive Garden menu. It's in your resource folder. Wait person's going to fill out the order on the sales receipt here, also in the resource folder. Here's an example. Customer, me, I'm going to order calamari and salmon. My weight person tells me that those things total to be $36.98. I decide I'm going to give a 15% tip. Okay, 15% of $36.98. Let's use this mental math strategy. 10%, move that decimal one place, but it's real world, right? 3.698, I need to round it up to $3.70. 5%, I take half of it, I get $1.85. Voila, I get a tip of $5.55. Okay, let's see. Angel, why don't you go with Sharika? Farida, you and Bumju partner up. Take turns being the customer weight person. Customer order whatever you want off the Olive Garden menu. Weight person tally it up. Customer decide how much tip, and then use this mental math strategy to calculate the tip. Take about 10 minutes, and then we'll regroup here and check your answers. Any questions? Go have fun. Thank you. That's it. Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you soon.